So this was a question Karuna got on one of her interviews. And I looked at it and it looked really weird to me at first. And it was like, because I didn't know how to do like a prompt or something like that for the email. So I tried to first do it with a JavaScript function, just a plain JavaScript function. And I guess you can't do that. It's got to be like in a script tag. So basically it's asking like create a variable to receive the user's email address.
John, we cannot see that question right now. What I see
Oh, no, I'm
is
sorry.
just selecting.
It's not, I thought I was just sharing the entire screen. Like,
No, I guess you are just sharing one of the thing, just Slack window.
do you know how to change it out to see everything? Like,
I'm not sure how to change mode. Maybe you can stop sharing and reshare it.
let me try that. It's like, that one, and then, man, that's frustrating. It won't, I guess you can only share one thing at a time. Share desktop. Let's see if this works.
Yeah, share desktop.
You guys can see both now.
Yes, yes, we can see now.
Okay. So it says start, and this says create a variable to receive the user's email address. So basically I just did that here with like let X, and then after that it was clear. Well, I should probably start and say like just doing this stuff within like a pure JavaScript function. Like I try to do that somewhere over here, and it doesn't work because you can't do the prompt thing. Let me do this. Let me show how this works first. So it goes, so basically the screen opens up and goes, what's your email? If you just put like a random email, it goes like, but if you put...
First of all, can you discuss the entire question? Get an email and then test it with regex, I believe.
Yes, but yeah, so basically it's asking to create a variable to store an email address, and to store the response in that variable. Check the variable, and if the variable is not empty, then to clear the variable.
Oh, okay, got you. Thank you.
And check the stored response to see if it was a valid email address. It's not valid, then they've got to go back to step 3 and do it over again.
Oh, okay, makes sense.
So let's say I basically tried to do this within a plain JavaScript function. It didn't work, but this is how I kind of put it together. Basically, just let X, and the if conditional is checking if X exists or not.
Got you.
Here's the prompt thing. I guess this is like an inbuilt JavaScript function here.
Yeah, it is. Prompt is inbuilt.
So you assign X to prompt. Then I have a separate function here to validate the email. That's basically this is just running the regex on what prompt returns. If it's valid, it
so if it's not it's not valid,
then if it's not valid, then it's going to return false, and it's just going to go it's going to clear the variable.
Okay, it's going to clear the variable. Okay, so if it's a valid email address, it's not going to prompt anything else, right?
Yeah, if it's valid, it just ends. There's nothing else. But if it's invalid, then it'll go back to the original if conditional and run the prompt again.
Oh, okay, got you.
And that's about it.
Oh, okay, got you. Actually, I didn't remember your entire question. You shared this question with me last week, but I didn't remember the entire question. I just put something together as a solution in plain JavaScript. It's not the exact solution because I didn't remember the exact question. But do you want me to share with you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, now I'm just going to share. Okay, I will stop your screen share. Do you want to continue? Yes. Okay, just share the desktop. Share screen. Where is my solution? It's some kind of little similar to you, but I didn't write the HTML page. I just kind of tried in few minutes to put together a solution, just like a function. So it almost does the same thing. Okay, what's the problem here? Unclosed regular 18% scan. What's the problem? It was working. I don't know what's wrong. I do not want this thing to. Okay, let me try again. Control C and reload the page. Okay, it has some problem over here. I will need to find this regex. It's here. Let me just take it again. Okay, I did later copy pasting when I tried to find a regex. No time to create one, but
Yeah, I was not going to put that together earlier.
yeah. Okay. I don't know what was the problem, but whatever it is solved. So I did little just like you. It is going to prompt these are regex to check the email itself, and then I just have little if conditions. So if email is not empty or null, then if email is empty or null, then it is going to console log out user cancel the prompt or whatever. Or else if this will be good, it will test the email, and if it's successful, then only it will console log that user's email is and whatever the email. If not a valid email according to this regex, then it will just console log out, please provide me valid email address. I didn't use prompt here again, just didn't think about it. But if you see here, if I write the simple email, whatever it is with the valid syntax at least, then it will console log out user's email address. But if I don't write the valid email, suppose I just write HEMA, then it will say please provide valid email address. I completely forgot to empty out the variable itself and again prompt it, but this is what I could put together.
Yeah, it probably doesn't even need it, right? It's like,
yeah, I mean, I could still do the prompt again over here to give me a valid email address, but it's just the same thing, you know?
I guess I couldn't get prompt to work because I was just trying to run it in terminal.
Sorry?
I couldn't get prompt to work without the script tag, and because I was just trying to run it in terminal and it wouldn't happen. So then I did Google and I said, oh, well, you have to have the script tag.
So if you're trying to put it kind of like page, yes, you used to have an HTML. I just tried with the Replit. Just quick way to try some JavaScript code. I'm sure you know about it, JavaScript or Ruby code, and it works. It doesn't need the script tag or anything because it doesn't have HTML. It's just pure JavaScript. And it just runs the code. So I think someone else also joined us. Spencer, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah,
Spencer.
Okay, great. John, do you want to explain anything, or is anyone else have any other question for this one?
I wonder if prompt works in console.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question.
If just because I couldn't get it to work just with a regular file. I wonder if Alt Command something I guess the console, if prompt would work there. Because I'm wondering what context
here instead of console log.
Well, I mean and not in Replit. I mean, I guess it's not even that important, but because I couldn't get prompt to work. It just if I just started a file just random.js and then I try to run it in terminal, it wouldn't go. It was
oh, okay, I got you. So you create a file.
I had to have the script tag in there or prompt wouldn't work for me. But I mean, it's clearly working in Replit, so it's kind of confusing, isn't it?
Yeah, on Replit, I know it works. I think I could be wrong, but I think it should also work with the JavaScript file itself, because that's how prompt works, but I could be wrong.
Oh, it's probably not important either way. So.
Yeah, but I'm actually now curious after a question to try the prompt here. Yeah,
I'm sure it'll work there because it's working in Replit in general, but like.
Yeah. Address and okay, let's see what it does if it reruns the code itself. Else email equals to okay. Hema. Okay, please provide valid email address. What it does if now I provide the valid email address. Okay. Oh, it just output it. It doesn't rerun. It doesn't go into the loop, which is okay. At least it asked me the okay. Whatever. Is anyone else have any other questions about this particular thing? Okay, I consider it everyone is good. There is one kind of question that I would like to cover today. So we will take couple of code blocks and we'll see what could be the output of that particular code block. Everyone can predict, and then we'll run the code to see what happens. So this is going to be our first code block. This kind of like typical small questions for the interview. Okay, whatever. So does anyone wants to say what could happen here? What we are doing here is we have declared a variable output, which is a function, and we are trying to delete the x over here. Then we are asking to again return the x. What would be the output if we console log it?
X. Going with X.
So it could be the x itself?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else the same response or any other response that you may think? Okay, so there is something in the chat, I believe. Okay, John also says that he is going to go with the x. Okay, so we have 2 of x. John, do you have anything? The other John?
I'm gonna say undefined.
Undefined? Okay, good. Why I couldn't write it? Okay. Okay, so we have 2 answers here, x and undefined. Let's run this code to see what we get. So we got 0. If you see here, the first thing of console log is 0. Why 0? Because here we are trying to delete the x. If you look at this notice, variable should not be deleted. Delete works on the object. It cannot delete the x itself. Here, x is a variable, global variable that we have declared. So you cannot delete that. You can only delete. Delete works. The function delete is an inbuilt function of JavaScript, and it works only on the object. To delete the actually property of the object, not even on the object, but to delete the property of an object. So it doesn't work with the variable itself. When we try to do return x, we are going to get 0 because we initiated this function with the 0 argument. 0 is an argument. So if you put 1 over here, let's say, we are going to get 1. Does it make sense? So basically delete doesn't do anything.
If you pass an array in and you did delete x, it would work though, you're saying? I was like,
I will show you the example of array too. It works differently, but it works. Does it make sense? Yeah, should we move on?
I'm kind of confused because you said delete only works on the object property though, like.
If it would be an object, then delete would do something. You can also use delete to delete property of an object. suppose you have a variable which has a property foo, then delete will work there, but simply delete doesn't work on the variable. It does not delete the variable itself. Here x is a variable, so simply this delete will not do anything. It will just return x. Here x would be whatever you will pass. So if we pass argument with the string John, this is what we are going to get back.
What if it was just an object, John?
You want me to make it an object? I can try.
I'm just confused what context it does delete in and what it doesn't. Like,
No, I agree with you. We can give it a try. Even I'm not sure what it will be. It may do here, but we can give it a try. Returns itself because we didn't ask it to delete any property of it. Let me try actually x dot name. I'm not sure what it would do. See, it deleted the property. Does it make sense? So if we do x itself, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't operate. So here it's just x, right? We are going to get it back, whatever we gave. But if we ask it to delete x property name of the x, it will delete that. We got the empty object back. Make sense?
yeah.
So that is how it is just a feature of inbuilt function of JavaScript delete. That is how it functions. That's the only thing. It doesn't delete object itself. It doesn't delete variable itself. What it delete is property of an object. Good to go?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We have something else also here. Kind of like on the same page. So does anyone want to predict what we will get here? John, Spencer. Hey, Malky, hi.
What's up? I just stopped by. I don't know how long I'm going to stay, but
It's okay, I understand. It's really like about to be morning there, right? 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock.
there's something, yeah, in between those two. So
Yeah.
what are you working on now?
I don't blame you. Anyway, we are actually trying to take a couple of small code blocks to see what will be the output of this. These kind of questions are like quick questions into JavaScript interviews. So we are going to address a couple of questions today.
Okay.
To predict what will be the output of this code block, here we are declaring a variable x. Again, we are declaring a variable output, which is a function. We are asking to delete x and return x.
Interesting. Could you delete X in that scope?
I'm not sure. You need to print and then we'll see.
Delete X.
Does anyone else has any other answer? I mean,
Maybe
any
you get
answer?
undefined.
Undefined? Okay.
I think it'll be 1.
1. Okay. Any different answer? Okay. Let's see. Okay. We have something in the chat, I believe. The other
Two
John,
Johns are going with 1.
yeah, both of the John are going with the 1.
I know. I feel
Spencer-
like it has to be 1 if they're going to ask, but I don't know. I
I don't know. I think you might be right with undefined. I'm going to go with undefined.
Oh, okay.
I don't think X is. I think that it's going to be like that. The variable X will still exist, but 1 won't. But I don't know.
Okay, so we have 2 votes for undefined and 2 votes for 1. Okay, we are going to see what will be the answer.
And what's the prize?
Sorry,
What's the prize?
price is maybe. Oh, why am I passing the x over here? Okay, so what is the problem? Reference.
It's undefined because that's why we said undefined.
No, it is not undefined, Malky. It is not defined. There's difference in JavaScript between undefined and not defined.
Because it's deleted totally, so it's not defined.
No, actually, I'm frankly speaking, I'm surprised with the output, because when you say delete on variable X, it should not work. See, even if let me comment this line out. Let me see what happens. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it is completely deleting X. I'm surprised. Okay, you guys won. It's not defined, not undefined, but not defined. You guys were right. See, if I comment this line out, I'll get the 1 back. Okay. So here delete is working. That means if we have variable into global scope, global
I
scope.
think if you put on line 3, between line, on line, leave that like that.
Here?
No, do Control-Z, Control-Z.
Okay.
And now make another line between 2 and 3.
Okay.
And just do X equals, I don't know, 2.
Okay, so you're ridiculous.
And now run it.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
still not
similar.
defined.
Yeah.
It deletes the whole X.
Sorry?
I guess deletes the whole variable.
Yeah. As far as I understood, delete doesn't delete the variable. It works on the property of an object, but I'm very much surprised with this code block. I guess I was wrong. But yeah. If this thing works, and then why this one doesn't work? Okay. Okay. 1. See, here we are getting the 1 back, right? Whatever we give here. It doesn't delete it. Why? Does anyone know the answer? I'm actually surprised and shocked. I don't know the answer.
I don't know the answer. What's the difference between X being called inside the function and X being defined as the variable?
Here, one thing I could say here, it's a global variable.
Uh-huh.
Here is a local variable.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
But maybe you can't delete a parameter. Maybe delete doesn't work on a parameter.
No. It does work, because Malki, we just if you will put something like this, this will not work. So if you'll see here, you will get it back, right? But if you do delete x dot name, then it will work.
Right, because you're not deleting the variable. You're not deleting the parameter. You're deleting the
value or property of itself.
Yeah, I don't think you could. You probably can't delete a parameter. Google it.
Let me see. This is becoming very interesting than what I thought. Okay, here we have something. Delete expression, delete object.property. See, it says you can only delete object.property. You see here? Name and property return values. So if you look at some examples, you can delete employee.name. Employee is an object here. You can delete employee.age.
But it's not a parameter. I think it's not going to let you delete a parameter. Because it's always going to be in the scope. It's built into the function.
Yeah, that makes sense. Whatever you are saying makes sense. What doesn't make sense to me, that why is it completely deleting X itself when we do
Because
this?
that's what delete does. It doesn't care what scope it's in. I guess it has access to it.
No, according to the documentation, it deletes the property of a parameter. Sorry, a property of an object.
There were some exceptions that you scrolled over. Maybe there's an exception.
Where?
Up, scroll up. Exceptions.
Oh yeah. Throws global objects index in strict mode if property is an in strict mode. We are not into the strict mode.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
But if you look here, there is something over here, I believe. Okay, variable here is name other is XYZ. Window name other, okay. Delete name other returns false. See? Here it returns false. Let's see this into the console.
Okay, but it's an object. It's not either it's not a variable. It's not a parameter.
It is a variable. That's what we are also trying to do here, right? We if you don't look at this example itself. See, we are also trying to delete the variable here, right? Right?
They're right. And that deletes.
What did I check?
Line 1. No, it's not. But it won't delete a parameter.
Another thing that has to do with it is the fact that var output is the thing. I just tried it in a file here just as a function, and it returns var then.
What you are trying to say? I didn't understand, John.
Because you have like var output assigned to the function. So if you just run function and don't have var output equal anything, then it just returns var.
So I just run the function itself?
Yeah. I might be wrong about this, but I think that's the output I'm getting here.
Okay, let me try.
What are you console logging?
Well, you can't set it equal to anything. Oh, maybe the E6.
Sorry? Missing name in the function declaration. My syntax.
So you have to get rid of the equals. You have to get rid of the equals, and you have to just make it. Now get rid of that. Yeah, the hash bracket.
Missing name in the function declaration. Okay. But what is this? Expected identifier instead. So closing bracket. Okay, yeah. Okay, it doesn't like syntax for some reason.
Or if you just, I'm just running like the function.
You need to give the function a name. It can't be an anonymous function without a variable.
You sure?
Yeah, quote function output.
Okay. Let's see now. No, something is wrong.
Because X is,
okay.
oh, because I passed X in as a variable. So it's probably different then.
What's that? What are you calling at the end with the parentheses?
Otherwise, it will not let you. You need to read the function if you are not assigning to any variable. See?
What's the parentheses after the function that you're calling? After, yeah.
To invoke it. To immediately invoke it.
But that, I think you can only do that in ES6. I don't think you can do that.
No, you can do here. You can do it here.
Yeah?
Yeah. That should be fine. That shouldn't be a problem. You are immediately invoking the function, so it should be fine.
What if you just remove that though? Let's see how. I don't have that. I don't have that in there, and it just returns var. Like.
Okay, let me just remove it. We'll see. It returns a function.
But that's, so just on line 7, put in a parentheses after output.
Does the same thing, invoking the function, but X is not defined. So the point is it is deleting completely X, which according to the
John, thanks for all the work, huh?
Oh, because I swear I'm doing this in console, and like I have a JavaScript file and it's returning 2. I have the exact same thing. Like
you want to share that?
Yeah, just paste it in the chat here. It's like, I mean, I could share my screen too.
Yeah, share. Go ahead. Let me stop it. So, oh, sorry. How can I let you?
You just have to stop sharing your screen, and then he can press share.
Okay. Go ahead, John.
So like, I mean, this looks like the same thing, right? It's like, and then over here I go, and then boom, 2.
So hello, delete XYZ. Yeah, it's the same. Where is it logging output?
I mean, it should be right here. And then I'm just calling this function on desktop, and it's make sure it's the right file. Yeah.
Where do you see true?
What's like right here? It's like,
We don't see anything else than this.
oh, because it doesn't show the terminal. Basically, what's happening is I'm running this function in the terminal, and it's outputting whatever XYZ is here.
So it's not deleting XYZ, right?
No.
Yeah, that's what I think it should do, but I'm not sure why it is deleting X over here. Can you try to run this file?
I'm trying to find this. I guess I don't. Is there a chat or is it like?
What does curry mean?
Oh, this one I was trying to learn how to do currying. So I just named it that. Sorry, Hema, were you trying to share something? Like I can't like.
Sorry?
Were you trying to have me put something in here? It was like.
Run your code. Let's see what it does.
I mean, so like I'm running it in terminal, but terminal won't show up because you can only share like one thing on the screen at a time.
No, just share the desktop itself.
Sorry. So yeah, so look.
Yeah, see, it does output 10 or whatever you will do, provide value for XYZ. Yeah, that's what it does. Should do, but according to documentation, not according to me, but I'm not sure why it is deleting X itself completely on Replit.
By the way, you should know I tried showing someone code on REPL.
Okay.
And it doesn't work the same. Everything like needs a return. Everything like is a whole different ball game over there.
Oh, I didn't know about it. This is the first time I'm experiencing some bug on Replit. Because
I was trying to student something, and it was like.
Yeah, if you read any of the documents of JavaScript, Malky, delete function should not delete the variable. It just deletes the properties of an object. It doesn't delete.
That's what I thought. That's why I thought it would return undefined, right?
Yeah, that's what it should return. But I don't know what's going on.
Maybe undefined and rep. But
no, it should not return undefined. It should return 1, just like John just shared with us.
But his didn't return 1. It returned 10.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, because that is what he gave value for, right? So
Yeah.
John, give the value 1 to XYZ, so it should return 1.
Oh wait, let me.
So it's the same code, right, Mikey? What I have on my screen.
Yeah.
See, whatever you will give value to the XYZ, that's what it will return. But if your XYZ is an object, can you, John, can you just show it to us? Can you make an object so we can see what comes into the terminal? Can you make XYZ object and try to delete the property of an object? No, not like that. Not like that.
Or what you want
XYZ equals to name John.
equals name like this?
Yeah,
Man, like
John. Or whatever it is. Whatever you want to name it. Yeah, and try to delete the property name of XYZ. Then it should delete the property and it should give you the empty XYZ. See, we got the empty XYZ.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah, so delete actually deletes the property of an object. It doesn't delete the variable. I'm not sure. I guess there is some bug on Replit that's deleting the variable completely.
Interesting.
yeah, so delete only is for a property of an object.
Yeah, that's the only thing it should delete, just the property of an object.
What do you guys think this is going to return?
Okay, so you have
A is 1 2 is array. A10 is 90. I think it's gonna return no.
I think undefined.
I think it's going to return. I originally thought it was going to return like a empty string.
But doesn't it create all of the empty things and call them as no or something like that?
No, it will return the empty. Yeah. Oh, it does.
Yeah, no, you guys are right. It's like and these
Oh, it's empty. Oh, so it's undefined.
yeah, these aren't empty strings. They're just like they're literally like empty,
I
undefined.
thought it was nil. I thought it would be nil, but I guess it's just empty. I think Ruby does nil.
Yeah, it should be undefined.
Let me see Ruby. IRB.
If anyone else has any other input or question, please feel free to speak up.
Hima, will you tell us about
Yeah, look at this. So just so that you know I'm not crazy.
Malki, we cannot see anything. Are you sharing any screen?
Oh, 1 sec. You see the chat?
Oh, chat? Give me a second. Oh, yeah.
It's Ruby.
Oh, wow. I completely forgot about it. Oh, okay. Nice. So it returns 0, right?
Well, A returns nil. Like if I would do A for.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah.
That's what I thought no, but really it's Ruby. So
Gotcha.
I excuse myself.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. You're fine. Okay, John, what is the next thing? Console log type of 1?
Yep. What do you think it's going to be?
Type of 1
Object.
String.
John Schlesinger says string.
It should be string.
Object, no? A type of a number is not object?
But you need to look at from the right. Type of 1 is a number, right? So
And type of number is not
string.
object?
Yeah, number will be into the string. So type of any particular string is a string.
Oh, number is a type of a string?
I mean, number will be quoted, right? When you say type of something, how do you see it?
Oh, you think it will be a string number, so then type of string number is string. Okay.
Yes, I think so.
So Hima, you say string.
I think that's very that's a bit
This comes up a lot in development.
smarter than that.
This is a crucial question for developing apps.
Yeah, I think. But does anyone else has any other input? The John or
John Schlesinger says it's a string.
yeah, or Spencer? Do you have any?
And he said that very quickly, so he's probably right.
Spencer, do you have anything?
I have no opinion. I have no idea.
Okay, go ahead, John.
What the? Oh, because it must be from.
String.
Okay, John, what's next?
That's all I have.
Okay, I'm writing down a function into chat. Copy paste into this file because I don't want to create another file right now. And I have a couple of function. I don't trust Replit anymore. We have 10 more minutes. Does anyone else has anything else to discuss?
I was hoping that you might tell us your job searching secret, Hema.
Oh,
Very.
we will discuss this thing after 10 minutes because we are recording right now. I would not.
She knocks them off their feet, you know?
Sorry?
I said you just knocked them right off their feet.
Okay. I'm sorry. I pasted something, but it's wrong. Let me just paste something else. Not the wrong, but something that we already discussed. Okay, John, would you mind to take this from the chat and put it into the file?
So it starts with employee or like. Oh wait, I'm sorry.
Yes, it starts with the variable employee. Yep, that's it. So what it should be? What should be the output of this one? Let's predict.
Employee, aggregate employee, okay. Delete employee on that company. Okay. First one should be undefined. His own property. Company.
So
What should be the output? First of all, we are making, what do you call it, Mikey? What is the proper term for creating this kind of variable with the capital name? I forgot it.
What object to create?
No. The employee with the capital E. I forgot the actual term in JavaScript, what it is called when we create a variable with the... Sorry?
It's not the class variable. What is it? It's the...
Well, this is not a class. This is oh, you mean because it's a capital?
Yeah, it is. What is it called? I forgot the proper term. I know what it does.
A prototype?
Sorry?
A prototype?
Maybe no. It is part of the...
class, the ES6 class?
Yeah. The whole hierarchy structure, it is part of that. Where prototype and all those stuff.
So if it's part of that, you probably can't delete company. Just built in.
Oh yeah, by mistake I just gave you the answer. But yes, that's true. So here we are trying to delete the property of employee 1, but we cannot delete it. The only reason is what Mikey just said. You cannot delete the property of the main parent element. Here parent element, parent object is employee. Employee is the company, and employee 1 is just, what would you call it?
child.
Sorry?
A child of the...
Yes, kind of like child. I completely forgot the proper JavaScript term for that. I'm sorry for that, but it kind of like child of employee itself. So you cannot delete company from the employee 1. Yeah, John, would you mind to run it for me, please? To see what comes up. From where this undefined is coming.
is that because there's no return or anything, or like?
No. It could be that console log file. Do you have any console log anywhere?
No, I think this is it. Like.
Oh, okay, wow. I don't know from where that undefined is coming, but yeah. Company 1.
Sure. I'm sorry, real quick. Yeah, it's definitely from.
Oh wow, I don't know from where it is coming. Maybe from the delete itself, because it cannot find property of employee 1 company. Yeah, it could be from the delete function. Because when
Yeah.
we try to console,
Can
sorry?
Can you delete the attribute of the descendants of the class as opposed to, so employee one is the descendant of
Yes.
employee. So delete should work on the descendant, right?
It will not remove the property company itself because property company does not belong to the employee one. It belongs to the employee itself, right? So it will not delete it.
I see.
Does it make sense what I'm trying to explain?
Yes. So
Yeah.
where's undefined coming from?
I think I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I think it is coming from the delete itself because it cannot find the company. How delete works, as we just saw, is it actually deletes the property of an object if that object owns that property. Here employee one does not own the property company, so it cannot find it. See, when we try to console log out employee one dot has own property company, it said false, right? So employee one does not have property called company. Company property belongs to the employee itself, the class employee.
I was confused because last week, Hima, you showed us where if you assign a variable to like another variable, then this variable is basically stored in here as well. And then like if you like we did something to this variable and impacted like this one.
But if you see here, variable employee where E is capital. So E is JavaScript class. So your employee one is just an instance of JavaScript class itself, employee class.
Well, I think because you're using object.create, it's treating it like a class. I think that capital E is not actually changing the code. It's just actually, it's a reference to people looking at the code. But the object.create is actually a class.
Oh, okay. Thanks for pointing that out. As per my understanding, I thought it is because of this thing, but maybe you are right. So it does not delete the property company of employee one.
If you would change it to lowercase employee, it would still work. If everything would be changed.
We did.
Company XYZ.
I don't understand why this is any different from just a regular object. Like if you had an object here and assigned it to employee one, wouldn't it be the same thing? Like,
But it's not object.assign, it's object.create, which is creating an instance of the ES6 class.
but this doesn't look like an ES6 class to me. This is just an object. Like,
Well, because that's how JavaScript looks. I mean, what does it look like when you create a new song? It's also an object. Unless you're querying from the database, it's always objects.
so object.create doesn't just create an object. You can't do like.
Well, it's only creating an object based on an object that already exists.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So it's replicating employee and like.
Right, and if like employee took in functions, like instead of having XYZ, it had like a parameter, so then you could pass that in, or assign it, or.
Malky, I don't understand. Just for explanation, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm trying to explain to him how he should understand that object.create is only for classes.
Okay.
If you want to duplicate an object, then it's object.assign.
John, would you mind to try object.assign to see what it does if it deletes it?
Well, I think you need more parameters than that, but you could try go for it.
Maybe an empty curly braces.
You probably need to do the delete first, no? Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. And so what it return?
Like it must have deleted it, right?
It deleted it because there's no class.
So what if we console log out employee after that? Can you console log out at the last employee? I want to see if it what it does.
I'm 14. Just do another console.log employee.
No, not on 14.
M1.
I'm talking on 20.
Well,
Because you have a return statement. Can you remove the return statement?
so
Yeah. Okay, so employee still have the property company. It didn't delete it.
And do it also on 15. 15. Oh, no, don't do that one on 15. Do emp1 on 15. Just so that you can see it actually became an object before you delete it. Yeah, you see? Because it's not a class object, it's just an object. And you can delete, as we did before, we can delete, what's the word? We can delete a
Property?
property of an object. So it's not a problem because it's not a class object.
So, John, I'm sorry I'm bothering you today, but would you mind to copy the line 20 on line 17? Just copy it. Let's see what does it say. If it has its own property or no. Oh, okay, true. So
That's what I'm saying. Basically, the class that creates the class is the create. That's basically what it boils down to. It doesn't make a difference if it's capital employee or not. That's just the proper way
that
to
makes
write
sense.
it.
What I was trying to figure out was if you use the object dot assign and we delete the property of the child object, will it also delete the property of parent object? But I guess it doesn't.
Because object that assigned doesn't mutate the old state. It just gives you a copy of it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If you want to check if you do var emp1 equals employee, then you could check.
What?
That's what I'm trying to bar. Should we
On
try?
line 13. Yeah, that.
This one will delete both of the property, that I know.
Right, exactly. Oh, it didn't.
Because you may need to comment out the line 13 and 15.
So this is just assigning. It's not returning anything though. So I'm lost at this point. But.
Yeah, this will delete property of both of the object.
JavaScript experts over here, huh? Why is Postman open on your computer, John?
We've been making some API calls.
But anyway, I just stopped recording as of now. Just give me a second, okay?